So for round 3, we are going to alternate between single crochet and increase stitch. Since we are alternating between 2 stitches, it can be a bit difficult for you to remember and keep a track of the count. So what I'll suggest is keep a paper and a pen handy. Now let's get started. So get back to your crochet position. Simply put the hook in this loop and wrap the yarn in your finger. So let's get started with round 3, which first has a single crochet abbreviated by SC. In my previous videos, I had recommended to get the orange stitch marker intact. However, now I will suggest to remove it so that you don't end up stretching the yarn too much. But before doing that, kindly have a close look in which horizontal V the orange stitch marker has been placed so that it becomes easier for you to pass the hook through. Once you have done that, remove the orange stitch marker and let's get started. Now pass your hook under this loop. You will have 3 strands of yarn over your hook. Now yarn through, pass it all together. You'll have 2 loops on your hook. Now yarn through again and pull it through. You will have 1 strand of loop on the hook and pause. So now, since the pattern is getting a bit trickier, what I'll suggest is to write number 1 since you have made the first V in round 3. Now let's get back to your crochet position. So now you have completed your single crochet. So you need to put the stitch marker immediately. So for that, pull this loop a little far away. Then just turn the piece around. Look at the last V where the stitch is ending. So this is the point in which you need to place the stitch marker. Take your stitch marker and simply insert this. And you're done. So next you have to make an increase stitch since the pattern says that. So for that, firstly you need to figure out in which loop the hook has to be placed in. Since you are a beginner, you might get confused and end up putting your hook in this hole. But as I have told you in your previous videos that the hook has to be placed in the next horizontal V of the previous made stitch. So in this case, the next horizontal V would be this point. So you simply need to put the hook in this one. So now let's make an increase stitch, which is 2 single crochet in the same loop. So for that, yarn over, pass the hook through. You'll have 2 loops over your hook, then again yarn over and make them 1. So you have just finished your second V. Take a moment and have your pen and write down number 2. So now again you have to make a single crochet stitch. Put the hook in the horizontal V, yarn over, pull the yarn through. You'll have 2 loops on your hook, then yarn over again. So now write down 3. So why I'm telling you to write the count of the V's, since you are a beginner and at any point you can forget the count. So if you have written the count of the V's, it becomes easier for you to recollect at any moment. So since SC counts for 1 V and an increase stitch counts for 2 V, so we have completed this set, which is 1 single crochet followed by an increase. So now as we have completed one set of a single crochet stitch followed by an increase stitch, you need to do the same thing for 5 more times. I think we have done the same stitches many times. So now I will let you do on your own. So your round 3 is completed and you should have something like this. So it should have 18 V. Turn your piece around and start counting with me, starting from the first stitch which has the orange stitch marker. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. Remember, this is not included in the week.